Day 13. Damn. Thought that was a pillar. It's only my thumb. Okay. So this blog is going to be about comments, criticism, critique, feedback, trolling, opinion, and I'm missing one more. Comments, critique, feedback, opinion, trolling, and just outright slander, I guess. Alright, that didn't happen tonight, but whenever someone tells you about your performance or what you've done, you need to learn how to differentiate between what you can work on, i.e. critique and feedback, with what you can't work on, and with things with just how they felt or what they thought, opinion and comments. So with opinion and comments, generally the person will start off the sentence with "I felt like," or "I feel like," or "I think that." That's how you know what they're going to say after that is their opinion about you. And opinions are just that. Doesn't mean you did it right or wrong, it's just an opinion. Now feedback is different. Feedback is not "I think" or "I feel." Feedback is what you did. For example, you were speaking slowly. You were speaking too fast. I couldn't hear you. You notice that at the beginning of the sentence, it didn't start with "I feel like" or "I think that." So with those, the ones that don't start with that, that's feedback. That's something you can work on. That's critique. Those things you need to pay attention to. And generally, those things are the ones that you generally know about. And you don't really need to pay attention to because you've heard it before. Because those are your tendencies. 4% battery. Okay, this is going to work. Right. So today, went to the read. I laid down everything. I laid down what I wanted to do in the way I wanted to do it, in my accent, with my diction and inflection, with my stresses on the words as well. For me, that's living truthfully, that's given circumstances. If the piece was, "Oh, you've been accused of rape," I'm quoting here, this is the side that we were given. If the piece was, "You were just accused of rape," then everyone did great. But this is not just someone, this is a surgeon. And surgeons talk a certain way. Surgeons have a certain inflection and diction to their voice. Honestly, I didn't believe anyone else, except for one, that they could be a surgeon. That's not a gripe, that's just, for me, that's something in my acting arsenal that I have in order to bring that part out, that extension of myself out. Character is an extension of yourself. Character is also a creation in someone else's mind. So, for me, a surgeon doesn't talk. A surgeon talks a certain way. Let's stick to the positive. A surgeon talks a certain way, with certain diction, with certain inflections, with certain stresses on words as well. Okay, that's a surgeon, right? If it was anyone else, they can talk however the fuck they want because they've just been accused of rape. As well as you're a surgeon, you're a person of not authority, but you're regarded as someone who is high status. Therefore, to play high status, you talk a certain way. Of course, if you're amongst the same crew and like it's a gang, for example, I'm just brainstorming here. It's like a gang environment and there's a leader of the gang. Of course, that person in the gang isn't going to talk a different way. They'll talk the same way, but present their high status in a different way. Yeah? So, moving forward, be careful of critique, comments, feedback, trolling. I've forgotten one, haven't I? Feedback. And opinion, yeah. Don't let opinion rule what you're going to do next. Because opinion is just an observation of what they thought about what you just gave them. Alright, I'm just going to stop this video just in case my phone battery dies. So, quick roundup. Yeah, so no gym today. I think it's probably because I was concerned about this read. So now that that's gone, back to gym training all the way. All right. So if you feel like you can't admit to yourself in the moment, this is why you're not doing something, then just admit to yourself later and feel good about it, and then catch yourself and say to yourself, okay, for next time I'm going to remap my thinking so that it is not affected by outer circumstances. That's why it's so important to have 4 till 9 be your golden hours. Go watch that video. All right, peace out, salting.